6 a.m. here in southeast Queensland. The car has literally just warmed up. Sunrise is in a couple of minutes. You know the drill. You'll put you down. Open moonroof. We have a 5-minute drive and then we will see the sunrise. Very, very grateful that I get to live 5 minutes away from the beach, I must say. So, yes, I am here. This is not a static live. We are moving to the beach so we can do a jumping for joy and walk along the beach. We're doing our first 45-minute session of exercise for our 75 hard. So 75 hard, we are day 3. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're in southeast Queensland, 30 minutes from Brisbane, little place called Redcliffe. I'm Dora. This is my mental health challenge to get me organised, to get me fit, to get me going. Hey Candace, how you going? I think it's Candace. Yeah, Candace. Hey Candace, you're looking at my moonroof. We are just about to see the sunrise. I've got about a 4-minute drive and then we're going to do a jump for joy and a walk along the beach and a chat. So Candace, have you ever heard of 75 hard? It is a bit of a mental health challenge slash get your life in order, kick yourself in the butt. It's not easy. 75 hard is hard. I was inspired by a friend of mine who is 64 years old, Laurie, from a channel called Aging Rebel. I did a live with her the other day. I don't know if Candace, you were there or not, but it was fun. And from that, I have started 3 days ago. This is my day 3 of 75 hard. I have to read 10 pages of a self-help book. I've done that already this morning. I have to start drinking a gallon of water. So a gallon of water is 3.7 litres in Australian terms, or English terms, or not English, in Australian terms, we're litres, not gallons. So that's a fair bit of water. And yes, Candace, I have been weeing a lot. People that know me know that I drink a lot of water anyway, so I'm always weeing. But I'm weeing on another level now. But that's all right. You just got to start early. Like, I'm literally having green juice now that has water in it. This is just a green powder. I get it from the health food shop. So just a little bit of powder and then you put water with it. So yeah, 3.7 litres of water, a gallon of water. You need to do 2 45 sessions of exercise. 1 must be outside. So we are doing that now, but we'll probably walk for more than 45 minutes, so that's no problem. It's getting the second one in is the issue when you're working full time, right? So you've got to have a 3-hour break in between the exercise, and then you can do another exercise. It can be indoors. It can be anything you want. Yesterday I did walking on the beach, and then I did 45 minutes like just rebounding. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Okay, we're just at the beach and we're about to park. The sun it hasn't risen yet, but it's just about to rise at any minute. Holy, it's amazing. The sky is red. Red like your heart, Candace, and my heart. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, let's go. Just getting a park. Quickly. Oh my gosh. Turn the camera off. Okay. Look at that. Guys, the sun is on fire. Okay, turn the car off. Get my brain together. What do I want? Okay, I need a few things. Oh my gosh, the sun is amazing. Okay, I'll be there in a second. You won't see my head all the time. Oops. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. We just got here in time, guys. Hey Mike, how you going? Look at that. It is 6:05 a.m. So on the other side of that island, the sun would have risen. So we're about to see it rise over the island in a second. Oh, that's magic, man, magic. All right, we have a million things. We need to drink our juice. We need to start drinking some more water, which they end up being on my tripod anyway. Hey, Carrie, how you going? Okay, so we've got Mike, Carrie, and we've got Lynn. Hey, Lynn, how you going? So Lynn was first to the chat. I'll catch up with your messages in a second. Oh my gosh, the sun is rising. Woohoo! There you go, guys. She is magic. I'll try to refrain from singing, guys. I just can't help myself. When I see a new sunrise, it's just, I don't know, it just gives me this feeling I want to dance, jump, sing, pray, thank the universe, thank my lucky stars. You know, to be able to see this and share it with you guys is something in another level too. All right, now you guys know the drill, okay? I need to put you down. Okay, hold on, let me set you up so you can see. Okay, I don't know if you can see, guys. I'll turn you flipping around. It's not always the best. Okay, this is better. That is better. There you go, that's better. So naturally, I need to do this with my other camera. Oh my gosh, look at it. Hope you're enjoying that, guys. I just did a jumping for joy and accidentally didn't press record. There you go. How's the sunrise? She is magic, guys. Absolutely magic. So I'm just reading the chat, guys. Hey, Candace. I need to do it. 75 hard, Lynn, is amazing. Sorry, 75 hard, Candace, is amazing. It's not easy, I'm going to say. Day 2 nearly killed me. Hi, Dora. I've got 15 minutes left. I've got a 10-hour drive at the moment. Just want to say hi. I look forward to your 75 hard. Well, I'm in day 3, Carrie. And Carrie, can you imagine painting that right this minute? Like that picture there? That looks magical. Yeah, Candace, a gallon of water. It's not easy, trust me. See my friend Mike. Hey Mike, how you going, buddy? To clarify, Carrie, you're a passenger. Ha ha ha. Hey Mike, I slept like a log, buddy. I did not wake up to go to the toilet. Just saying, guys. Most people think that you're going to be waking up in the middle of the night to, go to the toilet with all that gallon of water I've been drinking. But that's why you start early, guys. Oh, Mike, I talked to you before you started work, and now you'd nearly finished work. How funny is that, eh? You're drinking green tea, Mike. Okay, that's great. So Candace's sky is blue today. Okay. You're shared with your co-workers, Candace. Okay, well, hi to Candace's co-workers. G'day, guys. Not cons. Okay, I got it. Hey, Savari, where is the sunrise? This sunrise is southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe in Australia. So we are 6:11 a.m. on Thursday morning. It would make a beautiful picture, Carrie, wouldn't it? Well, welcome, guys. Welcome to the new day. My words of wisdom today is be you. Be wonderfully you. Weird, wacky, crazy, whatever you want to do, be you. Be unapologetically you. I don't know if you guys saw my short I made. It was from my Jumping for Joy yesterday morning, which was equally beautiful. I don't know. Sunrises are just, sometimes they can be just amazing and another level. Like this is another level this morning, guys. Another level. And the short I made was like, just be apologetically you. You guys know I love dancing on the beach or dancing, jumping. And like, people laugh and go, oh, what are you doing? Grow up. Like I have friends that tell me, like, are you just like reliving your teenage years? Like what are you doing? Like, are you in a midlife crisis? And I'm like, no, I think you're in a midlife crisis because you're boring and you're having a go at me for actually enjoying my life. I've had friends say, there's actually one particular friend that always says, like when I go see DJs, she's like, are you like reliving your teenage years? I'm like, no, I've always loved DJs. I probably love DJs more now than I was as a teenager. So I don't know what you're talking about. And then when I tell her that, I do YouTube and I share my YouTube, they don't want to watch it. They just think I'm just being an idiot. Candace, you need to come to Australia. Put it on the bucket list, mate. And I'll take you to the most magical walk. We'll see the sunrise here, and then we'll go and do a little walk. The most beautiful beach walk you'll ever do in Australia. It's called Noosa National Park. It's not hard. It's beautiful, and you'll see lots of surfers. You'll see lots of backpackers running past with their surfboards. You'll see lots of beautiful trees. If you're lucky, you might see a koala. If you're lucky, you might see dolphins. If you're lucky, I wasn't lucky the other day, I didn't see a whale. And you see the sunset there too. So yesterday I saw the sunrise, the day before I saw the sunset at that place. And I tell you, it was magic. Absolutely magic. I don't know, when you look at the sunrise, I believe in magic. You can just go, you know what? This is magic. Oh. So anyone got any wise words? Candace, you're always good for some words. Give us some words. What do you see when you see the sunrise? Mike, I reckon you can give us some words. Oh, hell no, it's not a midlife crisis. A midlife crisis is when you actually bitch and complain about all your friends living their best life, and when you're at home miserable, saying to someone, stop acting like a teenager. Hey guys, I think there's some fish in here. I can see the water bubbling up. Hey Mike, you're a Mr. Fisherman? I reckon there's some fish in... Oh no, it's just bubbly. I don't know why it's bubbly. Thought there might have been some fish in here. No. Guys, that's beautiful. Okay, I need to get a photo of that on my other phone now. That with the ocean or the water, it looks amazing. Why don't you swim? I mean, I could. There's nothing stopping me. But, good question, Candice. I mean, I have I do actually have my togs in the car. Can you see me? Okay, Cameron, if you're one of those weirdos that wants to see my feet, I'll show you. I'm not hiding. G'day, mate. I'm Dora, and that is the sunrise. And if you're one of those weirdos that want to see my feet, guess what? You're going to be ticked off. So, guys, we're at Redcliffe, which is the Moreton Bay Peninsula, and this is Moreton Bay. That is the sunrise. It is 6:17 a.m. on Thursday morning, guys. And we did it. We saw the sunrise. We saw it. Hey, Wayne, how you going? Nice to see you again. You are beautiful. Oh, thank you, Cameron. Can you do a small jog? I could do a small jog, but I don't want to do a small jog, Cameron. That's right. Good on you, Mike. You get him. You get him. Bushka, bushka. It's a midlife awakening. Yeah. I think there needs to be better words for it. Yeah, midlife. I don't know. I don't like the midlife, Candice, because, we don't know where we are in life, right? And midlife is just saying that we're in the middle of our life. I mean, I guess you're speculating. I guess when you get to 50, like I am now 50, I don't know if I'm going to live for 100. I mean, I could. I mean, I don't know. I've got to actually really haven't given much thought, to be honest. I don't think about that stuff. I just think, you know what? I was going to live every day to the best. And that's probably why I pack it full of everything I can possibly do in my life. That I go to bed tired and then I wake up amazingly happy again and ready to do it all over again. Like, my friends laugh at me and go, like, you're like a hurricane. Like, you literally come into a room, spin around a few times, and then you leave, right? And I guess what they're trying to refer to is that, like, I just come in, I do my thing, and then I'm on to my next thing. Some people say that that's probably my ADHD. It could be. But you know what? I don't care. I actually like who I am and this crazy energy I have and all the crazy shit I do. Like, yep, I'm doing 75 hard. It's friggin' hard. Okay, we're talking about that. I need to drink water while we're doing this. As I said, I've got 1.5 litres with me, which is probably like, I don't know, 400, I don't know gallons, guys. I've got about 3 of these with me on my morning walk. So let's see if I can drink some of them. I won't probably drink all of them, but it's giving me a head start on my gallon of water I need to drink for 75 hard. So yeah, guys, look, I'm going to say day 2, I did all the things. I got home at 6:30 at night from work. So tired, so hungry. I went to the kitchen and then went, shit, I need to do a 45-minute session. So you need to do 2 45-minute sessions. I did one outside yesterday, so that way I could do an inside one. So you need to do 2 45-minute sessions. One has to be outdoors. So this is my outdoor session today. You guys are walking with me. So affectionately, you are, well, as Carrie said, you're a passenger. Well, she's a passenger. I'm, motivating you guys. If you want to, you don't have to do the 75 hard. I mean, it's not easy, right? But you can do your own version. Kelly, that's sometimes in our chat, teacher Kelly, she's doing her own version. She's going to do a soft version. When I first looked at this, I did a soft version too. I wanted to look kind of fit and fabulous for my 50th. So, in true form, I left it to the last minute. So I only had 55 days till I turned 50. So I went, crap, let's do something about this. No alcohol, no soft drink, no sugar, clean eating. And I challenged myself to do 10 kilometers a day, which is probably about 6 miles a day walking. I took progress photos, and that's what I did. And I didn't go all the way to 55 days because as soon as I got on holidays in Samoa, the beach life turned into let's have a beer. But still, I turned 50 and I looked pretty fabulous. I've got photos of it. I document these things. I document what my body looks like. Not for an angle of like, oh, you need to lose more and more weight. No, not at all. Just to see the subtle changes. I think sometimes if you can't see how like your stomach's looking, like they say, right, if you stand in front of a mirror naked and eat that hamburger, you might actually rethink that hamburger. I stood in front of a camera on day 1 of this 75 hard and I saw the jiggly bits. I saw my stomach. It is very bloated because I've been drinking so much Pepsi, guys. I had a Pepsi stomach. I did a live last night rebounding and my God, you can't hide anything, mate. It's jigging around. And look, I'm not saying that I'm overly overweight, not at all. I'm not complaining about my weight at all. I'm just saying that I can do better. I don't need to drink a gallon of Pepsi. I wasn't drinking a gallon of Pepsi, but I was probably having a Pepsi a day, a can of Pepsi. And I don't do the diet-free stuff. If you're going to drink a soft drink, I'm not going to drink the sugar-free stuff that's got all the chemicals in it. I'm just going to go the full chemical, the full sugar hit, which is a lot of sugar. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on my mental capacity to be organised because to do these 75 hard, you have to be organised. Live for yourself. I love that, Candace. Hey, how you going, Kathleen? How you going, Kathleen? Welcome to your future, Kathleen. The future is bright. You need to wear shades. I love that saying. The future's bright. I need to wear shades. I've actually done that a few times. Have you ever heard the saying, fake it till you make it? I'm not talking just to Kathleen here, guys. I'm just talking to everyone here. But have you heard this? I'm sure you have. Fake it till you make it, right? I went through a phase where life was not so great. I went through a few things and I decided that I was going to fake it till I make it. So, we're busy being busy on Facebook. If you don't post it, it didn't happen, right? I'm joking, right, guys? A lot of my wording is sarcastic, right? But, I was actively posting on Facebook and, I thought, what? I'm stopping my doom and gloom. Like I was posting about my breakup with my partner and how much I hated him and he was an asshole and all the things. And I thought, what? Stop. Let's turn this around. So then I started going, quack, quack, ducks in a row. I need to get my ducks in a row. I have a little plastic duck that I do a little cheeky, selfie with. So everywhere I was going, I was like, quack, quack, ducks in a row. Fake it till you make it. The future's so bright, I need to wear shades. And I couldn't see a future that moment. I was boiled in crap. I wasn't going through a divorce because we weren't married, but it was like a divorce, like separation and all the, the house and the money and all the crap. I lost my job also at the same time, not because I was in a bad way, but I was made redundant, and a whole lot of other my friends that were managers were all made redundant. So yeah, and I had to move house. So like 3 of the most stressful things in your life all happened in a matter of like 2 weeks. I was a basket case. And of course you've got to dwell on it, mate. You've got to spew all the negative out. But then I just turned around and went, nah, I can't do this anymore. And I tell you, faking it till I'm making it got me in the month after that like moment, I ended up moving to Mexico for an experience to get away from my negative soul. And yeah, I never looked back. I'm reading a book right now, guys. So part of this 75 Hard is you need to read 10 pages of a self-help book. And oh my gosh, it is really powerful. Actually, Kathleen, I'm going to send you the book because I actually think you'd appreciate it. It is Christian related. Now, I openly say, guys, I am not overly religious. I believe in all faiths. I think each faith has its positives. I actually love the Muslim faith. I love the call to prayer. I love the sound of that, the mosques. I love it. But then also there's some negatives in that faith too. But there's some negatives in Christianity too. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of negatives in Christianity. Catholic religion, well, let's face it. If I'm just generalising here, there's a lot of cases in Australia where priests have been in a lot of trouble for their dealings with the choir boys. Each faith has some issues, right? I don't know the downside of Buddhism. I love Buddhism. And I think Hindi religion is amazing. I love Ganesh, all the Indian kind of spirits. I love that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm reading this book right now. A friend gave it to me and she is very religious. She gave it to me about 1.5 years ago and I just couldn't get into it. I was just like, no, I'm not interested. But then I needed to find a self-help / motivation book to start reading 10 pages for this 75 Hard. And I tell you, this book is amazing, guys. So I'm just going to give you an example. They're talking about how, so some proverbs and some, scriptures in Christianity actually can reflect back into like our positive thinking, which I completely believe. I read a book called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. It's actually my favourite book to read. I love this book. It's my favourite book I've ever read. It is very religious. Norman Vincent Peale was actually, I believe, a minister. It's very faith-based, but the power of positive thinking is just extremely, oh my gosh, blew me away. So if you guys haven't read The Power of Positive Thinking, you got to read that. Kathleen, have you read that? Because honestly, you would love this book. So anyway, this book I'm reading is talking about how you can take the words of God, so to speak, and those words can be turned around and turned into reflection to think more positively. So like in The Power of Positive Thinking, the book talks about how all things are possible through Christ. I don't know what proverb or what, scripture that comes from. But even if you took out, the Christ, all things are possible. All things are possible to those who believe. You just think it and you can believe it, right? It's called, I guess it's manifesting. I mean, praying's not for everyone. It could be manifesting. It could be meditation. It could be, reading the Quran. I don't know. But I'm really, really amped up at the moment. I am so, I'm loving this book, guys. And like I said, I am not reading it from a base of that I'm overly religious. I believe, but I believe in all faiths. I definitely believe that the universe provided this sunrise for me to show you guys. And even if you guys weren't here, I'd still be doing this. Even if I wasn't doing a live, I'm still doing this. Anyway, we should probably stop talking about that. People listening will be probably thinking, is this girl on a rant about religion or what? No, I'm just on a rant about life. I just think
There's so much powerful, the actual book I'm reading is about your brain and turning on the switch. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But basically, it's just saying that you can control your thoughts. You can control, I mean, again, I'm generalizing here, guys. Not everything can be changed and fixed, right? I've got a dear friend who's got a couple more weeks left and she will be not here anymore. She's got breast cancer and it's very aggressive and she's about to die. Could you say that, she can change that thinking and change her life? I don't know. Miracles can happen, guys, though. Miracles can happen. But, you can turn that frown into a smile. It's the opposite, right? The smile's that way, the frown's this way. You just have to turn it around. Guys, I can't actually see the chat. The sun is just beaming right at me. I'm kind of getting some nice sunrise in my eyes. Sun rays in my eyes. I've nearly finished 500. I'm not moving till I finish this. And then we'll walk, guys. Now, decisions. Are we going right or are we going left? These are the decisions for this morning. I'm such a grot, I've just spilt it all over my face. Okay, we're nearly done it. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you down with my bottle of water, which is my tripod. I'm going to take that bottle of water, or that bottle, to my car. And I'm going to take my jacket off because it's warm. It's actually warm. All right, guys, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I mean, if you want to go somewhere, go somewhere. But phone, don't go anywhere. right, it's time to walk. Got the serious hat on. I've got my bag. It's very colourful. All right, which way are we going? We didn't go this way yesterday. We're going this way. I don't know, I can't remember. All right, guys. Starting on my next 500 mils. Oh, whoops. I just got my feet wet. Love these. Have you seen these guys before? These are from crabs. The crab will come out of there. They're cute. If you have no shoes on, these are nice to walk on. They're really nice on your feet. All right, guys, I still can't see the chat. Whoops, I'm gonna get wet feet. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't care about getting wet feet, but these are actually my best shoes. And if you get sea salt on your shoes, like running shoes, it actually deteriorates your shoes really badly. So I'm trying to conserve money and not spend it so much and buy, shoes all the time because I get them wet from the beach. I mean, I'm still going to get them wet, but, I try to not get them wet as much. All right, guys, I'm going to try to see if I can see the chat. See, I'm looking really cross-eyed at you guys because I can't see. Oh, yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can with my hat. Oh, that's not a very good view. Okay, let's go this. Oh, if I go this way. Oh, this was better, guys. I'm waving at you guys, right? Okay. All right, where am I at? We've got Candace, we've got Wayne, we have Mike, we have Kathleen. Some of these people might have already left already because, I've driven them crazy already. Oh, Candace and Kathleen, they're good mates. What's up, chica? Hola, chicas, como estas? I love that you guys got to all watch the sunrise together. Hey, Ange, how you going? I don't know if you saw the sunrise, Ange, but if you just replay the video, you'll get to see an amazing sunrise, Ange. Oh, guys, I don't know if you've met Ange, actually. Let me introduce Nana Ange Nailed It. Nana Ange Nails It. I mean, you guys are probably already friends, but, I'll do my intros, right? Let me just see who else is there first, and then I can walk. Okay, Ange, you got to see the sunrise. That's good. Susan, how are you, Susan? Are you feeling better today, Susan? Hey, Deb and Mike, how you going? All right, guys, there's a few of you. Sorry, I probably should keep on showing you the sunrise because that's what you're here to see. All right, so guys, Nana Ange Nails It is a new friend of my lives. I met her on another live, can't remember where, but we met. We connected in the chat. And what I did was I went offline and I didn't subscribe straight away because I don't know who she is, right? I just made friends with her on a live. And I actually have a playlist called Go Back and Look at Their Videos. So I got her latest video. I put it in this playlist saying that I'll go back and look at it. And then I went back to the live. And then when I had some more time, I actually went back and watched the video because we actually connected more in the chat too. And she she sounded like a really like-minded, friendly person. So she also had done the same to me. Oh, guys, here's shoulders. Here's a crab. Soldier crab. See, they're burrowing down. He's hiding. He's like, get away, Dora, get away. See, it thinks we're I don't see it. And maybe it's too hard for it to burrow down. We'll leave it alone. we'll leave it alone. So yeah, sorry. She had also come over to my page and started like liking some of my videos and watching them and commenting. And then I saw that reaction and then I thought, okay, well, now Angie's page is about nails, guys, like as in fingernails, right? That's ordinarily not my kind of page that I would, go looking for. But I watched a couple of videos and I thought, you know what, just because I don't personally do nails doesn't mean I can't, communicate and, connect with her. So I subscribed. She's joined a couple of my lives now. She's made friends with quite a few of you guys already. And, we've become friends. So that's how, we don't actually have to subscribe straight away, guys. Just saying. I'm not saying you guys should go subscribe to Ange. I'm just saying if you make a friend with someone, yeah, you can go check out their channel. If you want to subscribe, you can. It's a free world. But anyway, Ange, nice to see you again. I'm sure you just said hello to Kathleen. So Kathleen's Place is my friend from, how do we say? Swooshwa! It's a state in Canada that I over-exaggerate just because it's fun. Guys, I'm literally blinded. I cannot actually see the screen at all. I'll show you what I look like. This is what I look like looking at the screen, like cross-eyed. So Kathleen is my dear friend. We've done a couple of lives together. She loves art. She found art. And like a lot of us in our amazing years, right, Candace? Our amazing years, midlife amazing years, we go through stuff like, breakups, makeups, friendships, friendship losses, job losses, all the things. Because we start living, right? We're living our life. Adulting can suck. But, on Kathleen's Places channel, she shows the real her, the real reality. She also puts a positive spin on it too, which is important because, though she's dealing with a lot of stuff at the moment, she does try to bring her love for life through the camera. Let's go with that. Kathleen has been starting to exercise when she's feeling great, and you should see the joy in her face. The change, I'm sure Candace would agree here, that a month ago to now, you can see a lot more joy in Kathleen's face. That's important. And Candace is friends with Kathleen, and she's also my friend now. I'm borrowing her for a bit, Kathleen, okay? So Candace she has an interesting job, guys. She is a funeral director. Well, she says she's an apprentice funeral director. So she's a funeral director, right? She works around dead people. And if you see her on her videos, you'll go, wow, what a force. That lady's got some spunk. And you think, my God, she works around dead people and she's always that happy? What the hell? Well, she chooses to be happy. And that's a choice we make, right? We can choose to be sad and we can choose to be happy. It takes as much energy, right? It probably takes more energy to be sad and negative. But, I get that there are things that happen with our lives that can make us negative. There you go, guys. He's soldiering down. See you later, guys. Hasta la vista, baby. Gone. So all of these are those soldier crabs. So that's just talking about a couple of channels there, guys. I won't keep on ranting about all channels right this minute. But let's just go with Candace was first to the chat today, guys. Go Candace. Obviously, she was maybe she was online. Maybe she got a notification. So some of you guys, are you notified to my lives? I think Mike is, because Mike generally is one of the first or second. He was second to the base, but there's no competition, right? There's no first prize. Everyone's a winner. Because you got to see the sunrise, guys. And you're walking with me. You're doing the 75 hard with me, guys. All right, so let's get back to this chat. What can I see? Susan, yesterday you weren't feeling good. There was a storm that kept you up and you had a headache yesterday morning. So how are you feeling today? You probably have toss already in the chat. Let me go. So Susan's got from High Country Homestead. No sunrise here, still experiencing wild weather, but some beautiful up there it's so beautiful there in Redcliffe, Dora. Yeah, honestly, Susan, I'm glad you got to see the sunrise. It was amazing. If you rewind the live and watch the actual sunrise, wow, absolutely stunning. I just got here just in time. So Angela's got here. We will be camping, kayaking, fishing, and we get a visit from our grandbaby. Oh, that sounds like an amazing day, Ange. Yeah, Wayne's from Sydney. So we've got the whole Australian connection here. We've got Susan in Victoria. We've got Wayne in Sydney. And we have Dora in Queensland. And, sometimes we get Paul jumping on, but Paul doesn't jump on till about 8 o'clock, guys. He likes to sleep in. And then he's from Victoria too. But if Lavender jumps on, she's from Western Australia. I've never had anyone from the Northern Territory say hello. And I've never had anyone from Canberra say hello. Or anyone from South Australia. Oh, actually, no, I do. I do have someone from South Australia, Jamie. Haven't seen him for a few weeks, though. But hey, welcome, Wayne. Wayne, I think my last conversation with you was asking if you knew where Breakfast Creek was. I don't know if you actually answered that on my last live. So Wayne, do you want to tell us a little bit about you? I mean, you don't have to. Not everyone wants to talk about themselves. I get that. But you know how, I seem to know a lot about everyone. It's because I ask questions and I watch their videos. Not all of them religiously, because I am slack, I'm a little bit, and it will get worse, guys. I'm going to be honest. And I'm not sorry, because I'm unapologetically me. I'm doing the 75 hard and it is time consuming, guys. And if I don't drive, you wouldn't even see me, guys, because it's going to be hard for me to pump out any long form videos. I'm going to try, but I'm not going to promise anything. So in exchange, I'm sorry that if I don't get to see your videos and your latest videos. Mike, I still haven't watched your hiking video. I really apologise. I will say sorry for that one, Mike, because I did say yesterday I would see it. I even asked you to share your link to your hiking channel, which you're welcome to do again, Mike, because there's actually quite a few hikers that like hiking and walking in this chat. Like, if you haven't met, oh my gosh, Mike and, oh my gosh. Guys, there's a lot of writing in this chat. There's Mike and Deb, I think. Is it Mike and Deb? Oh, God. You know who you are. There's a couple here. They're from America. They're hikers. Love hiking. You're a courier driver in Sydney. Okay, cool. So you definitely know Breakfast Point then, because that's where my sister lives, Wayne. Okay, that's Lavender's Rock. We all know Lavender's Rock. See the heart? And Lavender is from Western Australia, who's sometimes in our chat. She didn't name it. She told me when I keep on kicking this rock, it's the shape of a love heart, and I never noticed. So, okay, this is the moment I need to stop. Look at the heart. Drink some water. Because like guys, I need to drink a gallon of water. So Wayne, I'm still doing the 75 hard and it's hard. I need to drink 3.7 litres of water a day. And I'm doing it, but you've got to start early. So I've done 500 mils already. This is my next lot. Oh shit, Susan. Susan's saying here, I'm worried about these high winds. If the power goes out, I will lose all my eggs in incubator. Oh no, Susan. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not saying sorry. I'm going to say, let's send out some positive vibes. There's a few of us in the chat that are, you know, they do believe in God, and you know, look, I'm definitely not partial to a prayer. Like, prayer is needed in certain circumstances. A well wish, positive thoughts, manifest. But let's all kind of give us a thought, guys, to our friend, High Country Homestead, because she is homesteading, guys. She lives on the land and she doesn't earn any money other than what's on her land. She barters, she sells her eggs. Her eggs are very important. So she earns $36 a month by selling her eggs. So if she loses her incubator, which is where her baby eggs, her little embryo eggs are like warming up to be hatched, she's actually going to lose some of her livelihood. So I'm just going to say, Susan, that I really do wish the winds stop and that the sky calms down and that all your power stays on, solar stays on, all your batteries are fine, you get some sun to get some power, and your little chickens are little, like, catching, you know, they're hatching away in your little incubator. And guys, if you wouldn't mind just saying, you know, some nice words for Susan, because, you know, it's important. Susan's a really good friend of our chat, and we don't want her to, you know, to anything, you know, bad to happen to her little chickens. And Mike's got, Susan, you need to get sponsored by one of these battery banks. Okay, so Susan's even thinking ahead. She's already written to them to offer to review. I think you just have to keep on doing it, Susan. And this is another reason why I want you to go live, Susan, because the more that people connect with your face, I know you don't really, you don't love the idea, but honestly, Susan, people don't care if you have lavender hair. People don't care how you look. Honestly, they just care about what's underneath, and that's your heart and your soul. And like, people love you already in the chat. People love your channel. I haven't met you. I love you. And I'm sure when they look at your face, they're going to connect the dots a little bit more. Just saying. That's what happens with lives. They connect the dots. So Kathleen's praying for you, Susan. And just saved Mike's hiking video to her watch list. Excellent. So she's going to watch that later on. No, be positive. You're right. Because nothing's happened yet, right? Nothing's happened. Let's just say happy vibes. Sunrise is coming for you. The sun is going to bring less wind. Wayne, you don't live that far from Breakfast Point. Well, there you go. Hey, Jazz, how you going? Jazz. So Jazz and Nomad TV, we all know Jazz. I could rant and rave about my little soul sister, my backpacking friend, my solo packing friend, my adventure bug, Jazz. Jazz is back home. She's just had a fantastic month away. She only spent £500. I don't know exactly if she kept to that £500, but £500 is like $1,000. So she spent $1,000 traveling from the UK, and she went to like Germany, Switzerland, France, Spain in a month. And it was all really cheaper, because she house sitted, she stayed with friends, she stayed in backpacker hostels. Yeah. Anyway, so I love Jazz. I love how you talk about your budget and like how much you spent. So I'm looking for your end video talking about, you know, if you kept to the £500 or the €300 to see how that went. But yeah, Jazz, welcome home, buddy. Home doesn't suck. Look, this is my home. Your home doesn't suck either. Adventures can be had. Lots of adventures. You know that. So watch out. Jazz is going to be on the move in the UK, literally. She's going to be spinning around like this little... Oh, yeah, see? She's spinning around like Jazz. Jazz is going to be spinning around the UK in her car that she's going to buy soon. Or she'll borrow her daughter's car. So stay tuned. There's going to be lots of adventures from Jazz in the UK. Oh, Jazz, she's tired listening with one eye open. Now, that would be a funny vision. I actually can see that vision right now. Oh, Jazz. I can also imagine you feeling a bit of the holiday blues because you had such a fantastic time. But, you know, there's going to be many more adventures. And plus, the UK also offers many adventures, right? Anyone in the chat been to the UK? I know Susan has. I have. I haven't spent a lot of time in the UK, I'm going to be honest. Because to me, the UK, well, they speak English. And when I think of Europe, I want to kind of go to countries that don't speak English. I want to try different foods other than fish and chips. So I'm going to be honest, I have had that feeling about the UK. That's why I've not spent a lot of time there. Or the other reason is the pound is very, very strong against the Australian dollar. Even 25 years ago when I first went to the UK, I got in and out of there so fast because it was so expensive. So expensive. So, yeah. I just recently last year spent like 36 hours in the UK. And even the backpacking hostel I stayed at in Brighton Beach, that was expensive. But, you know, I guess it's all relative, right? But as I said, I would like to see a little bit more of UK. It does excite me the fact that my friend Jazz lives in the UK, because then I could go visit her. But I also have to put the lotto in tonight, guys, because there's many places I'd like to go. And I keep saying there's many places, people I'd like to meet. Like, I'd love to meet Kathleen. Kathleen, wouldn't it be cool if I could come to... I've never been to Canada, guys. I'd love to go to Canada. Canada's on my wish list. Jazz, have you been to Canada? I don't think you have you? And guys, a lot of you guys are from America. Like you've got Mike from Minnesota. Ange, I think you're from Iowa, right? Candace is from Arkansas. Yep, Arkansas. I was right, Ange. Iowa. There's quite a few people from Iowa. Yeah, so, but you know what? I did a live last night when I was bouncing on my rebounder, and a guy called Thuro Alexander. So we met on Instagram. He had a huge hiking channel. Massive. He was a massive hiker in America. And all his Instagram posts and videos were like so informative about different hikes you could do in America. So again, English speaking country, right? I have been to the States a few times. I've even lived there for a couple of months, crazy months. But I'm going to be honest, I would prefer to go to Mexico. The Mexican food, I'm going to be honest, trumps over American food. I would take a ceviche or a cochinita, pitbull, taco, over a New York hot dog any day. Okay, guys. I mean, I like a New York hot dog. I've had that once. It was amazing. But, you know, when you're in New York, you've got to do these things. When in Rome. But I'm more attracted to countries that don't speak my language. Makes it harder, right? Different foods than I'm used to. Because hot dogs are a dime a dozen here in Australia either. Australia's like a mini America, right, guys? A mini America. But anyway, well, I was talking about hiking and Thoro. So Thoro now doesn't do any Instagram. Because of his mental health, he decided, you know what, I'm going to close that down. Because social media can affect your mental health. And he has a YouTube channel, but he's not active on it anymore. But it was so good to see him on my live, and we had a bit of a chat about the hike I just did recently. That's my favourite hike in Australia, the Noosa National Park walk. Actually, Susan, have you been up to Noosa National Park? I reckon you have. Do you know the walk I'm talking about? Along the coastline. It's absolutely stunning. But he made me want to go to America. Like all the slot canyons, the hiking in America looks amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I definitely need Lotto because I want to go to America. Also, I'd love to hike in like Utah. You know, is it Monument Mountain? And I'd love to walk down the Great Barrier Reef, not Great Barrier Reef, my God. What do you call it? The Grand Canyon. And if Mike and Deb are still in the chat, they've got a hiking channel, right? They were just here before. They probably skipped out. But they did Copper Canyon. I think it's Copper Canyon or something. Copper. In like the Mexican-New Mexico border. They did a whole series on this like copper area. Oh my gosh. I'd never heard of it before. It looked amazing. Amazing. And like Jazz, I really want to do a cruise in America. I want to do a cruise around the Caribbean. So, you know, Dora's got this wish list to get to 80 countries. On that wish list is quite a few of the Caribbean countries like Aruba, Jamaica, Okay, I won't sing. But like to go to Aruba is very expensive. To go to Jamaica, it's quite expensive, especially from Australia. If I was living in Mexico still, it's quite easy to get to those countries. But again, it's not cheap. I got to Cuba when I was living in Mexico. That was amazing. That was my first that was my first Caribbean country. But what I'm trying to say is a cruise. You get to, stay on the cruise ship, pack once and unpack in the cruise boat. All your food's provided. If you get one of those drink packages, all your drinks are provided. Entertainment. But you get off the boat, right? And you get to, one day you're in Jamaica, the next day you're in Aruba. And I know it's only like a tasting. But if you got a good cruise that has, like a good couple of days in those countries, I don't want one of those ones that's just one day. That kind of doesn't make any sense to me. If you live in America, it makes sense because you get to go back and do it again. But from Australia or like from the UK, it's far. So Jazz was planning to do a cruise this year. I think it's still possible. Anything's possible, Jazz. I've been watching a lot of cruising channels. So I've been jumping in a couple of cruising channels and like one of the ladies, Shansta's Travels, she was in our live last week actually, and she was helping Susan a lot, sharing her channel, trying to get her some new subscribers, giving her some words of wisdom about, doesn't matter if you lose some subscribers, you'll gain better ones. How is your subscriber count now, Susan? So Susan lost like 40 subscribers overnight, and that kind of broke her heart. You need to start planning Malaysia, yeah. So Susan really wants to go to Malaysia. She's got a friend, we have a friend, sometimes she's in our chat, Nicola's Recipes. She's a Malaysian lady that obviously does cooking, right? Hence her channel is named Nicola's Recipes. But she's living in Italy at the moment, but she's about to go home for 3 months. She'll be there from, I think, January to March. So Jazz is making it a priority. Ooh, it's a different shell, isn't it? Jazz is going to make it a priority to actually get over there. I mean, she could go to Italy, but Italy also is very expensive, right? But Malaysia is a place that Jazz has never been. And I tell you, Jazz, the food in Malaysia is top notch. My mum's food is top notch. So Malaysian and Indonesian food are very similar. There's a little bit tweak in it, but very similar cooking style. Very spicy. They speak the same language, so when I go to Malaysia, I can get by just. Not great, but I can. And yeah, I said to Nicola that I'm actually planning to go to Thailand in January. I haven't booked it yet. I still kind of dancing around the idea. I dance around many ideas of going on holidays. That's why I dance lots. But I've got to pull. I don't know what's wrong. I just haven't decided yet if I'm going to go. There's a big rave happening for 3 days. It's like a dance event. I don't do drug, guys. When people think raving, they think, oh my God, she must be like a druggo. No, not at all. I've gone to many raves completely sober. Not even drinking alcohol, guys. I have one booked to go in November. That's probably why I've not actually booked this holiday yet, because I'm going to get my fix in November. I'm seeing Armin van Buuren, who's one of my favourite DJs, and Steve Aoki. I've only seen him play once, Steve Aoki, and he's got some amazing energy. So yeah, they're coming to Little Sydney town. So I'm going to be staying with my sister in Breakfast Creek and having a nice adventure. So Jazz, that's one of my weeks away that we've been talking about. And Wayne in the chat, he just doesn't live too far away. He's new to our chat. He's a courier driver. I don't know, Wayne, do you actually post content or are you just a viewer? That's okay. We have, some people that come on the lives that don't do content, like Deb. Deb doesn't do content. Lavender doesn't do content. I love that, Susan. So Buy Me a Coffee, if people don't know that, Buy Me a Coffee is like a app, it's like kind of like, not GoFundMe, but like it's a chat that, an app that people can like super chat you, so to speak, super chat without the super chats. So it's a way of, shout someone a coffee because they've done a good job of making a video. But Susan also has them on her links to her in her writing. So she does a lot of writing for free, mind you. I can't believe that, you do a lot of free stuff. It's going to come back for you. I completely believe that, like, Susan's an off-grid liver, hence the name High Country Homestead, right? She's in Victoria, if no one knows that, but I think most people know that now. We love Susan. And Susan lives off the land, literally lives off the land. And all the money she makes is on the land, which is selling eggs and like bartering things for different things that she needs on the land. But she does so much work, like writing for all these different publications about homesteading. She doesn't get paid for it, guys. And thankfully people actually, read the articles, and then in the links underneath it says, buy me a coffee. So then people buy her a coffee. I think that's amazing. Actually, Susan, I'd love to, you're a moderator here. You could actually add one of the links to one of your writings. I'd love to read it, actually. I mean, I don't know if anyone else does, but I'm curious. But I don't know if you can, Susan, but you could probably copy the hyperlink of one of your latest writings if you like. You don't have to, obviously. And put it in the chat. Other people can click on it and go watch it or read it. Because I am curious about what you write about. For me personally, could you send me an email with a link? Or text me with the link when you've got some time, Susan? I'll text you later to remind you if you forget. Because I'd forget. So Kathleen, it's actually not an, I don't know, it's not an app. It's an application that you can put in your actual description of your videos. So like, for example, Jazz has got one. I've actually got one too, but I just forget to put in my links. Because like, well, I don't drink coffee anyway, but like, it's not for coffee. It's just a pretend thing. It's just saying, buy me a drink, shout me a drink for watching my video. But yeah, you put it in the description of your videos, and then people can watch your video if they read the description, because most people don't read descriptions anyway. And you embed it in there. You just copy and paste the link once you've got it. So I keep it in my notes, and then when I do a description, I can plonk it in there. And then when people read the description, they just click on it, and it brings them to this new page, like a web page, and it says like, High Country Homestead, would you like to buy her 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, or whatever. And a drink normally is like, $3-4, right? So you're kind of tipping Susan $3 to $4. And if you feel inclined, then you might tip her 2 drinks. But it's her way of getting paid, though she doesn't get paid from the organisation that she's writing for, which is really sucky. But at the same time, who knows what the publication is. But guys, just saying, maybe this is a way to support you, Susan, because, people say I've seen some really nicely worded descriptions where they say if you can't give me I have this, buy me a coffee. But if you can't do that, which not everyone can afford to donate, I get that, right? Could you share my link? Could you like my page? Could you write a comment? So, for example, Susan, potentially, could we like some of these writings that you do, wherever you write, web page wise? I don't know. As I said, we haven't really talked about it much, where exactly you write. Do they put it on Facebook, YouTube? I doubt YouTube. I mean, it's written. So they could put it on Facebook. Then we could go like that actual writing by Susan and, write, this in a nice way, like and support. Because, all those likes and supports and comments can actually tell the people that own the website that, geez, this lady that wrote this article has a following. And I'm sure she already is doing this. Susan, you are probably doing this already. See you, Jazz. Good night, mate. Sleep tight. Dream of travels. Okay, so Ange, do you have actually got a buy me a coffee link too? So I suggest you got all of you guys. It's free, right? It's completely free, guys. So Kathleen, it doesn't hurt you to put that link in your description. And I've been on lives and I've seen people's videos. At the end of their videos even say, you can buy me, if you like this video, shout me a coffee. Yeah, I don't know. Not everyone will love that because at the end of the day, YouTube's about being a free place to go watch videos. And when you start kind of saying that kind of stuff, I don't know, it kind of changes the wording, I think. But anyway, that's how I think. And though, coming soon, you'll see a video of Dora going, hey, shout me a coffee. Click the link under there in the description. I don't know, stranger things could happen, right? But it also depends on, for example, Susan. I actually think legitimately you could say in your channel, in your videos, shout me a coffee, because you literally live off the land. This is your livelihood. You know, your channel is about what you actually make money out of. You know, the chickens that you talk about, you know, are the chickens that actually make you money. So, you know, like for example, you know, you make it fun. I don't know, like me and my ideas. But legitimately, guys, don't you reckon that Susan could legitimately say in her actual videos, shout me a coffee because the chickens are hungry? That's really bad. That's bad. Morning. Are they biting?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Mike, the fish are not biting yet. Hey Heather, how you going? So, see, the Heather's already got it. I mean, obviously Heather's, you know, saying that, you know, it helps support her homesteading. So legitimately, I'm thinking, Susan, you know, you could legitimately, I mean, seek some better advice other than me. But there's, you know, I think, like you said, like you write a lot of publications, but they're off the platforms that would actually follow you. So like no one's, you know, liking or commenting, or they're coming over to your YouTube what you're trying to say because they're reading, like they like reading. And look, that's another thing, right? Like for example, I have the same handle name on an Instagram page called Exploradora80, right? That's where I started. Instead of starting YouTube, I started Instagram because I thought it might be easier. And it is easier, but the people, I think Instagram's quite fake. You know, it's all about pretty pictures and, you know, filters. Not all of it, generalising. But, you know, on YouTube, you can be a little bit more real. As in, like, a lot of people aren't putting filters on their, you know, making their lips look bigger, putting their makeup on, you know, and as a filter. But, oh my gosh, where am I going with this? I had a point, now I've lost it. I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I was going to say. So when I started YouTube, I was trying to move some people that watched me on Instagram, and no one wants to leave the platform. Once they're in Instagram, they don't want to leave, like click on your link to your YouTube or your latest video to go to YouTube, because in that way they're leaving Instagram and they're going to YouTube, right? They're on YouTube watching YouTube. Sorry, they're on Instagram watching Instagram. And just like if you're on YouTube and someone sends you, okay, like for example, when someone sends you a link in the chat to a website, like Susan's just done, I'm not asked to do that. I'm just giving you examples, right, guys? That, you know, people generally don't want to click on those links because it takes them off the platform. So that's probably the same for you, Susan. When people are reading your article, they've come to the website to read those articles. But I mean, at the bottom of your article, you've put your handle for your YouTube, right? And obviously you got your handle for Buy Me a Coffee, which people are, you know, buying you a coffee. But they're obviously not going off the platform. And look, maybe it's just slow gains. Like I said, like they're going to read your article, buy you a coffee, and then read another article. And then maybe one day they will go to your page. It's a slow burn, I guess. But I guess if you look at it this way, Susan, it is free advertising, though it's a lot of work for you. But you are making some, like coffee, like, you know, you are getting some kind of donation out of, you know, people reading the publications. That's better than nothing, I guess. Is that, I know, you got to look at it. The time that you put into writing, is it worth the money that you get back? Could you spend that time you do writing in another form of getting income? Not saying getting a job, but like, is there another way? You know, there's other forms, like there's network marketing and sponsorship. I guess that's the big thing. Like, Susan, if you can start writing more letters to, like, you know how Mike said, you know, you should get a battery company to sponsor you. And you already said, yeah, I've written to them. But I mean, you could spend, you know, 5 hours once a week writing these kind of letters to all these different organisations that you align with. Because, it's not easy. Another thing you could do, Susan, I mean, I've seen people do this. They actually approach marketing companies. I mean, it does cost you money, but I think there's some marketing companies, they take like royalties. So for example, they'll work for you, they'll send your stats or your profile to companies on your behalf. And if they get a sponsor for, so-and-so says, okay, yep, I want to work with this company, they will take a percentage. I actually think that'd be worth looking into. I don't know the companies off the top of my head, but I know they exist. They're marketing companies. They're mainly in America, but I don't know. This is the problem. Australia's not very big in this kind of stuff. But I know that in America, I know your friend, Susan, you're actually friends with Jim from Mainly Off Grid now. I actually think that Mainly Off Grid would know about it. I haven't seen it personally, but he probably does some kind of sponsored stuff. He might be able to tell you the name of the company. You could contact them. They might have an Australian affiliate. It's not a bad option. Another thing you could do is affiliate marketing, Susan. I've not done it personally. Has anyone done affiliate marketing? Hey Deb, how you going? So normally over this ridge we see the pelicans, but I don't see them today. They're definitely not down there. Okay, we're going to turn around anyway. The sun is definitely risen, Deb. Deb, you're not late. You're on time. But later on you can watch the start of the live and you see the most magical sunrise. Actually, I'll show you. I can show you, Deb. Because I have my phone. Okay. Oops. That was the sunrise this morning, Deb. Well, let me see. There's a bit of reflection. It's a lot of reflection, guys. That was the sunrise this morning, Deb. Let me show you. Oh, okay. Here's my jumping for joy. Don't you love that technology? That was taken on my old phone. So there you go. You don't even need to rewind the live. I've just saved you 10 minutes of your life. And you guys don't need to watch the restart of my lives, God. All you're going to see is me jumping for joy. You know that. But yeah, this morning was especially nice sunrise. Especially nice sunrise. How are you today, Deb? Okay, so Susan said, I've set up, but I didn't proceed with it, affiliate marketing. Why not? Again, it all depends on, you don't want to use, you want to be using products like, the incubator that you use. And I guess, can you get that on Amazon? That's the thing, all the things you buy, and I know you don't buy a lot of things. This is the problem, this is the thing, right? You live off the land. You make do with what you have. And you're pretty much not using products as much, because that's the whole idea of kind of off-grid living, is not to be buying products, is to be kind of living off the land, right? But definitely like your solar panels, your batteries, your inverters, the cables, all that kind of stuff, you would have bought from somewhere, and they're probably, you didn't buy them from Amazon, that's okay, but you can still make it a link. And, you can show your batteries. I'd be curious about how your setup is. Because, my mum's setup at her house is so dodge. There is wires everywhere. It is so dodge. And if there's a few days of like sun, like without sun, she struggles because she has bought, my mum's cheap. She buys cheap and nasty and they don't last. Where my dad's ethos was buy it once, buy it more expensive, and you'll only buy it once, right? So I kind of share, I'm in half and half. Like, I can be cheap and nasty, but I can also see the advantages of buying a better product. Like, I bought a really nice pair of hiking shoes because they fit my feet really well, and I've had them for about 1.5 years now, and I have never had a blister because I bought a more expensive pair that fitted my feet better than buying a cheap and nasty one that I'd get the shits within 6 months and chuck them away. So, there's value in, buying something of value, but again, this is not about me, this is about Susan and affiliate links. Anyone do affiliate marketing that can help Susan kind of talk about that? Hey Kathleen, see you later. Oh yes, you had your eye surgery. You got one of your cataracts done, Deb. How do you feel? You can hear me. That's the main thing, Susan. You can hear my hypnotic voice, my accent. I'll try to speak very queen-like. How now, brown cow? I hope you're doing well, Kathleen. I hope you're doing well, Deb. I hope you're having a cup of tea and a scone with some jam and cream. It takes a lot to speak like that. I can't speak like that. I just speak like this. Anyway, Deb, I hope that your eyesight will feel better. It's going to be awkward for a couple of days, I'm going to be honest. Like, my mum did it, my dad did it, and I had to take them to the hospital. And yeah, and then like you've got to go a couple of days later for the checkup. Like tomorrow, you'll have to go back for the checkup. And you got to put drops in your eyes and they sting. You got to wear sunglasses so that you don't get the sun into your eyes. It's a thing. So Deb had cataract surgery, guys, on one eye. She's got to go back and get the other one done too soon. Because you have to use Australian Amazon. All my viewers are overseas. Shit, I didn't know that. Oh, so seriously, they have to buy through Australia? Can't we have... I did not know that. Is that sure? That sucks. Okay, well, that kind of takes out affiliate marketing, doesn't it? Because I've got to say, like, most of my viewership is American and European. I hardly have, I have a touch of Australian. And the touch of Australians I've got could be a little bit biased because they're my family and, like, my partner, Ben, right, aka Diego. Like, he might have subscribed, but do you think he ever watches my videos? No. My mum watches my videos, though. She does. She actually, so funny, she actually makes comments later on to me on the phone. She goes, oh, yeah, you know that question you were asking? That's the answer. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, you couldn't remember the name of that volcano that, you hiked? That's the name of it. I'm like, oh, crap. My mum actually watches my videos. Because, sometimes I say things about my mum. Hi, Mum, how you going? But yeah, so my, and of course, as soon as I got a YouTube, I shared it with my Facebook and my friends. And some of them watched it, but they've never watched it again. They're not interested in what Moriara does or Dora does. They see it for free. Well, not free. It's always, YouTube's free, but they always see it on, Facebook. I do Facebook stories and I show my friends and family what I'm up to because more than likely I won't actually post it on YouTube. Hey Sue, see you Heather. Happy good evening in Ireland. Top of the day for you. Hope you had a top of the day. Yeah, I'm slow on the comments, Susan. I'm still buried back a bit. BB, hey BB, how you going? So BB's from Tasmania. He's my friend from Tasmania. I asked you, have you been to Redcliffe, BB? So guys, I think I'm just going to confirm, BB. BB, you're my friend from Tasmania that did the video of the Tasman Bridge, right? And then we were chatting about the Hobart National Botanical Garden. Otherwise, I'm talking to the wrong person. We have another, oh my gosh, we've got someone from Tasmania, guys. We have Wayne from Sydney, New South Wales. We have Dora from Queensland. We have Susan, High Country Homestead, from Victoria. And if BB answers, I think we're right. BB's from Tasmania. I didn't even remember about Tasmania. I always forget about Tasmania. I think when people think about Australia, we do forget about Tasmania a lot. We have Tasmania in the house. I've actually never had Tasmania in the house in the live. That's pretty exciting. Oh, it would be nice to get more and more connections in Australia, Susan, I've got to say. I mean, I'm not saying that you Americans, that we don't love you guys. We do. But, oh shit. It is nice to have. That's why Susan and I originally connected, because we were on Doran's, the Source 479's channel in the live, and he must have said something about, my Australian friend, and he was talking about Susan. He wasn't talking about me. I thought he was talking about me. And I'm like, who's this other Australian person in the chat? And then Susan said, it's me. And I went, oh, hey, how you going, kind of thing. And yeah, we just got chatting. And then obviously went and watched her content and went, oh, she's a homesteading channel. I love that stuff. And then, yeah, we've just become friends. That's how it works, doesn't it? It was no sub for sub, guys. It was actually, getting to know someone. And I think that's really important, guys. You guys in the chat get to know each other. I love seeing, I saw Ange. Ange was supporting one of Paul D Australia's videos. And I see Mike supporting, Nicola. And, Nicola supports Mike, or Nicola supports Paul. So, and, my friend Kelly, that's on, teacher Kelly. She's started to watching my friend Laurie, my friend Laurie, that I started the 75 Hard, or how I got the information from, or inspired by her. So she started watching her channel, which is Aging Rebel. So I love that, because, you're actually getting to know someone in the chat or from a live, and then, you go watch their content. So much more powerful than sub for sub, because sub for sub, I'm going to be honest, I'll never find those. If I sub someone and I don't even go look at their content or watch their videos, I'll never see them again. I won't, they won't come and look at my videos, and I definitely won't go look at their videos. It's kind of a waste of time. And I know that, it's all about the numbers, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's not all about the numbers. It's more about making, powerful connections, because those subs are worthless if they don't actually watch your videos. So that's why I said to Susan last week, I said, those 44 subscribers you lost, or 90 subscribers overnight, were probably spam or just crap viewers. And they were never, ever going to watch your videos. Because when you become monetized, Susan, you want them to watch your videos. It has nothing to do with your subs. You could have 1 million subs. If no one's watching your stuff, you're not making any money. So it's more important to have, loyal, friends. I think friends, not loyal, viewers. I think they're friends. I call you guys my friends. Like Mike, he sends me random stuff on Instagram. Hey, Mike, thanks for that video. That picture about that solar panelled mobile phone charger. I haven't done anything with it, but I will. Susan and I, we email each other. We've got each other's phone numbers to text each other. Kathleen and I, you know, we talk offline. Jazz and I talk offline. I'm not saying that's your goal, but, you know, you can get to know people in the chat. Like, you know, my friend Deb. Deb's not a video creator, but, you know, Deb is continually asking me questions. I'm asking her questions about her life. You know, I know a lot about Deb, and I've never met Deb. Don't have her email address. Don't watch her content because she doesn't have any content. So, you know, you can make meaningful connections just by doing lives. That's how I met Deb. Deb does watch some of my videos too. Deb, have you seen? Yeah, you did. You commented that you watched my mum. You thought my mum was cute and that the food was nice. Quite a few people have commented about how I bit into that green thing and it spilt everywhere. Love that. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, how long do you think I've been walking? Mike, how long have you been working? I can't see how long I've been talking on the live, but mind you, I spent a good 20 minutes staring at the sunrise. So I need to walk for 45 minutes, actually walking. Oh, I need to drink some water too. So that's about my 75 hard, guys. I need to do 45 minutes exercise outside, and then I need to do 45 minutes later on this afternoon. I could go for a walk. I could do anything I want. I was thinking that I would do some boxing actually, because Mike saw me last night. Actually, Mike saw me jumping up and down on the rebounder. That was my last session last night. And I was talking about how, you know, you've got to mix it up. You can't just do walking all the time. That's why I bought the rebounder. I do Pilates twice a week. So today's Wednesday. So, is it today Wednesday? No, today's Thursday. Shit. I didn't even know. Today's Thursday. So tomorrow, I've got Pilates in the morning. That'll be my first session. And then I actually might have the day off on Friday. I could work, but I'm a little frustrated with my client at the moment. And it might be good that I just don't work with him at the moment for a couple of days. I don't talk about what I do much, but I work with young adults with disabilities. I'm working with a young guy. When I say young, he's 24 now. I don't know if you can see me. And this is what the issue about YouTube is, right? And this sounds really bad because I'm part of the problem, right? I make videos for YouTube and I'm on YouTube, you know, 24/7. Not really, but I am. This kid, he has a learning disability. He has a disability called Williams syndrome. And it's kind of like Down syndrome, but not Down syndrome. He doesn't look like he's got Down syndrome. He doesn't look like he's got a disability, but he's quite dwarf-like. So now that he's 24, you would still think he's about 20. He's actually quite articulate, kind of very like traits, artistic traits like they get weather, crystals. He can tell you everything and anything about every rock you pick up. It's amazing. So that's why we go walking on the beach a lot, to get him out and about and exercising, because otherwise he sits at home and watches YouTube all day. And that is so bad for your soul. I'm going to be honest, guys. I love YouTube, but if you're young and you're impressionable, it's really bad for you. And if you don't have any social friends, like for example, if he doesn't come out with me and do like we go work, like we go to work and all these things, he stays at home and he watches YouTube all day. And it's not good for you mentally. He actually talks in subject lines. So like, you know, the headlines that we do, like titles. I'm driving along, he'll go, "The mountain's going to blow." I'm going, what are you talking about? The mountain's going to blow. And I know he's fully well. He's looking at a headline or he's looking at YouTube. And I'm going, Ethan, you've got to give me context. You can't just tell me the mountain's going to blow. Like, are you telling me the mountain next to me is going to blow? I mean, it's not. Are you talking about a volcano because he loves volcanoes? Are you talking about which volcano? Give me context. So how he speaks now is like a subject line. He'll go, another example, Russia's going to blow up. I'm like, what thinking Russia's not going to blow up, but that's a headline because it's sensationalizing you to watch the YouTube or watch the news article, right? So I think, you know, as a YouTuber, it's easy to get caught up in like you want to make a sensational headline so people watch your videos. But there are people that are impressionable that they might not even watch your video, but they take what you wrote in the subject line as gospel. Like, you know, Australia, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to say anything like make it up because it's just stupid. But like he actually talks in headlines now. And I say to him, you've got to give context. If you're like, part of my job is to give him soft skills so that he can actually get a job in the future. And he, you know, he stays at home in his bedroom, so I've got to socialise him, all the things. He's got to be fit because you've got to stand up on your feet all day, right? And if you're sitting at home watching YouTube on your ass all day, you're not very fit. And you're only 24 years old, you need to be, you know, up and at 'em, right? You know, when I was 24, I was, you know, doing all the things. I'm still doing all the things. But anyway, I had a chat to his dad yesterday because I was like, I've had enough of this. Like, this kid needs to, like, I'm not the parent here. The parent needs to parent, right? Turn off YouTube, turn off the Wi-Fi. So anyway, I rang the dad and I said, look, just speaking, you know, one-on-one, I said, hey, I won't say same. He just speaks in like, you know, subject lines, and he goes, do you think that he watches too much YouTube? And I'm like, I'm not here to parent Ethan, and I'm not telling you how to parent your child, but yeah, I probably think he does watch too much YouTube. So anyway, that's up to him what they're going to do. But yeah, just, you know, sometimes think about what you're writing in your headlines. I mean, it's not about us. I mean, we're good people, right? But, you know, the big channels, the big news, it's media. They write these subjects to make you watch the news. That's where YouTube headlines come from, right? Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Are you mourning today, Dora? Are you working? Oh, sorry, are you mourning? I'm like, what am I mourning? Are you working today, Dora? I am actually, mate. What time is it? Yeah, I need to get home. But if you want to chat, when am I free? I've got half an hour drive that I could be free. What time is it? Would be from quarter to 1 to 1:15, Susan. I'm driving to Redcliffe, so I would have half an hour free if you want to have a chat. Sounds like I'm really busy. I'm being busy. Tonight, I am free tomorrow, but I am going to go for a hike, so I probably won't be in range. Sorry, I've got like an ADHD brain, and I'm always doing something. But yeah, I'd love to have a chat with you, Susan, too. But hey, if you're welcome to give me a chat then. And hey, look, I'll ring you. And if I get through, I get through. If I don't, I don't, okay? How about that, Susan? You don't have to, I'll ring you at that time. If you're available, you're available. If you're not, you're not. Can you remember my channel to him? Oh, can you recommend my channel to him? Oh, are you being sarcastic, Mike? Smart ass. No. Very funny, Mike. Very funny. I'll recommend you to someone else, okay? But anyway, guys, it is 7:45 and I definitely have been walking for more than 45 minutes. So guess what? First exercise done of the day. Let me go back to the car so I can actually see you. I'm like blinded by the light. So guys, if you want to say goodbye, I am about to go say goodbye. If you can't hardly see me because I can't see myself. The sky is bright. So I've drank half that. So I've nearly done a litre of water. Just have like 2.5 litres left to go. Hey, just bear with me a second. I've got to take my shoes off. Let me just get half the beach out of my shoes. Oh, check out my socks. They're not sponsored. Definitely not sponsoring this channel. You know how I've been a bit of a fatty? I've been drinking soft drink. So when I was at the Ekka, I bought a can of drink or a bottle of Coke and I got a free pair of socks. Hey, free's free, right? But yeah, I don't want to advertise. I shouldn't be advertising that, hey. Oh, whoops. All right. Let's get in the car. Let's have a wind down. Let's tell you how day 3 of Dear Diary, day 3, 75 hard is going. Whew. All right, let's put you on the windscreen, on the steering wheel. Let's close that up. Whew. I have another drink in here. It's got electrolytes in it. Because if you're drinking so much water, you need to drink electrolytes. I am Susan. So, Susan, I was saying, I'm free. I'm driving for half an hour in the middle of my day. So I'll ring you then, okay? I'm going to see if I can get you. It's going to be 12:05 till about 1:15 that I'm free. I've got to go from one client to another client. So I have about, 20 minutes, half an hour. So I will ring you. If I get you, I get you. If I'm not, sorry. Otherwise this afternoon, what time do I finish? I don't know what time I'm going to finish this afternoon. But hey, I'm just going to keep on trying to ring you. If I get you, I get you. If I don't, I don't, okay? Let's go with that. But, okay, perfect. Okay, I'll set a reminder right now that I will call you, okay? So anyway, I'm just going to do my Dear Diary, guys. So, oh my gosh, it's warm. That was a nice walk, guys. It is the 28th of August. Oh my God, the 28th of August. It's 22 degrees, it says, outside. It is really quite warm. It's going to be a smashing day. Love. 1st of September is coming up Monday, and it's going to be the first day of spring, though it's spring already. So great time to start 75 hard. Oh, sorry, because it's warm and it's nice, it's not cold. So this morning I have read 10 pages of a self-help book. I have done my first 45-minute session. I've started drinking my water. When I go home, I'll do a progress photo. I've also started my health plan, obviously, this morning. My health plan that I'm doing is making sure I get a lot of protein. So as soon as I woke up, half an hour into my waking up, I've got to have a source of protein. So I had 2 scoops of cottage cheese. I don't tend to eat breakfast before I leave, go walking. So that was a bit of cheese to give myself some protein for when I walk. Looking after myself by having some electrolytes too, because I'm drinking a lot of water, so you need electrolytes. Having no alcohol, no sugar, no Pepsi. But if Pepsi wants to sponsor me, I'm available. No, I'm not. What else have I done this morning? Well, I've done my walk. Anyway, I think that's me. I'm feeling good. I have a plan in the afternoon. I haven't got a plan, actually. I don't know what exercise I'm going to do this afternoon. I could do 45 minutes on my rebounder. I could go for another walk this afternoon. I could... Oh, actually, no, I already know. I'm going swimming. My gosh, I'm going swimming. So yeah, I'm going swimming this afternoon. I'm actually going to do some walking in the pool. Yes, that's my 45. I'm done. So this afternoon I could be available too, Susan, but anyway, maybe not. Have a wonderful day, Dora. Talk soon. Okay, I will call you. Calling you, Susan, at lunchtime. If you're not available, it's okay. It's all good, but we will connect soon. Mike, happy finishing work. Catch you another day. Don't know if I'll be on a live tomorrow. I might just do a Dear Diary in the afternoon after my hike and tell you about my hike. That might be nice, because I'm not going to take you to Pilates with me. That'd be just weird. Okay, I'm going. Ciao.